The theme of my show for the last 2 weeks is that Trump is effed. And I've said every day forward, it's going to get worse for him. And yesterday, he was essentially put in check. So everyone talks about him playing 4D chess or 100D chess. Well, for being that great of a chess master, he just was put into check. And that means any place on the board he moves will put him into checkmate. And game over, right? And I know it's hard for people to believe that we're here, but we are. And so people that still support him, the ones that I say have his mushroom in their mouth, they still have said, no, the Epstein files are fine. They have kept making excuses. So a lot of them are going to stay no matter what, because they don't feel they have another option. They don't see the Democrats as an option because they think we're communists. They think we're demonic. They believe all the propaganda. It's like stranger danger. So no matter how much we as strangers say, no, the candy is safe, their brain cannot hear that because all they know is stranger danger. Okay. So it will take new things to be able to chip away more of them. And, because Trump was put in check by his own party, there is a possibility that he will be checkmated by his own party. Will it take both parties? But because I don't see how Trump makes it to 2028. Right, that first month when he got in here, as fast as he moved on everything, I kept saying, I don't know how he'll last till 2028. I just don't. And I still don't. I have no idea how he can. Because he's becoming a pariah to his own party. And they know being attached to him is going to make them pariahs. They know that the midterms are going to be a blue bath. Okay? It's far past a tsunami. It's not a bloodbath. It's going to be a blue bath. And they know that. And a lot of people in their own party that supported him as of just weeks ago are like, we can't keep him in here. He's going to destroy everything. Well, today, Congressman Eugene Vindman came out and he said that there was a phone call between Trump and the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, who is the de facto leader of Saudi Arabia. Now, if you remember, Eugene Vindman is the twin of Alexander Vindman. He was on the call, I believe, with Trump and Zelensky, and he's the one that had to testify about the quid pro quo. And I just thought he was amazing. And he was harassed like, oh my gosh, that poor guy and his wife. MAGA went for their throats. And Eugene Vindman is the one that was on the call with Trump and the call to, they call him MBS. Yeah, Mohammed bin Salman. Right after the murder of Jamal Khashoggi. Or the beheading. So 15 people were ordered to dismember him, who was a reporter for the Washington Post here, and our journalist. And our intel found that he's the one that ordered it and approved it. And of course, he denies it. Like, he takes responsibility as the leader, but like he says he had nothing to do with it and didn't know about it. And yesterday he was in the Oval Office. And someone from this woman reporter asked him, like, so our intel says that you murdered our journalist. And he was just like, oh, like acting very offended. And Trump's like, don't embarrass our friend. And then it's like, that guy I don't know the exact verbiage, but basically like, that guy was a jerk. No one liked him anyway, kind of crap. And attacked the reporter, of course. And, whatever. And ABC shouldn't even have a license, blah, 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 blah. So didn't look good, once again. Like I said, every day here on out is going to get worse for Trump. But it's going to be like a knock at the door. And there's going to be a gift, and it's going to be wrapped. It's going to be in Christmas wrapping paper / birthday, because that's my birthday. And it's going to come in, and you're going to have a room full of gifts. And some are going to have bigger bombs in them than others. And I do think this could be a bomb that really impacts that core group. Because Eugene Vindman, he wants it released. He can't say what's on it. So he wants them subpoenaed, the records or the phone call. And he's just saying it is shocking. It is a horrific phone call. And again, it happened. And I believe it's about this journalist who Trump defended him about yesterday. I do think if this phone call gets out, and it is bad enough I think there is a possibility, given what happened yesterday and what's going on with Trump now, that they impeach him on this and they vote to impeach him. And then they can say, like, we did, it's just really disappointing. We just didn't know, They're going to play whatever game they have to survive at this point. Because you can trust Trump to be Trump, and you can trust politicians to be politicians. They are going to try and save their own hides. And that's why I keep saying Trump is effed. And it's like, it's not about prison. It's about a loss of power and him being a pariah and that leaking onto everything else. Like, he'll become a black hole that sucks everybody in with him. And for me, the main thing I want that to impact is ICE, because the more I see about ICE, like, these guys, half of them are drunk. Like, they are messed up, but they do feel the pressure of the way we are assaulting them verbally and with the cameras and getting in their ways. Like, it is mentally impacting them. The pressure we're doing, even though it feels like it should be more, it seems to be working. And then when you're doing that on behalf of a president that doesn't seem to have power anymore, it's going to be harder to go out and do that job, because you're not going to feel as safe doing it. Because I think they feel safe because Trump's like, I wish they'd do even more. But we have that agent the other night that got arrested in Long Beach, and he was crying like, you know what it is to like be dogs and everyone hates us. And he ended up unaliving like the next night. So this is impacting them. Like, so don't fool yourself. I just think people think they're not human and they don't feel. It's like, they do. And I think that's why they're inebriated. We know that the schmazzies took drugs to do what they did. And I absolutely believe that. I think we've seen that they are taking Adderall and stuff. I'm sure they're taking all kinds of things. And I think that they are drinking themselves to sleep, or even some of them are doing it on the job, because it doesn't feel good and it doesn't look good what they're doing, no matter how much they try and convince themselves. Pick up a 15-year-old that's crying, like, and then being threatened to be doxxed for it. Like, this is just literally crumbling from the inside, and Trump is becoming this black hole that is sucking everyone and taking them down with them. So anyone that has any kind of survival instincts is going to jump away from him. They're going to be like fleas that jump off the dog because he's not a good supplier anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Parasites that jump. That's what we're going to be dealing with here. So, do I think it's possible that they impeach him? I do. Is that likely? I don't know. But this is so bad. It's so bad even with the Epstein files. But I think something like this, if that call is truly bad enough, I don't think they will have anything. I don't think they'll have another option but to take him out. And so would we get JD? Yeah, I guess we would. But it is better than Trump. And JD, he's relatively a pariah anyway, because he's so attached to Trump and he's defended Trump. And some things he said have been worse than Trump. And, the right is so splintered. There's a big faction that wants Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie. Thomas Massie has a real future ahead of the political party because he's done the right things and he's called out what he predicts their next moves will be. That's why you see the bill worded the way that it is about the Epstein files. He knew the games that they were going to play, so he planned ahead. So I do think that they have a real future, and I think they've been the smart survivalists in this. And I do think it is possible that Trump gets checkmated.